Parmeshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Suklam Bharadaram Vishnum Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasadavaranam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye. Om Bhurбhuvah Suvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurбhuvah Suvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Hare 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 Klim 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 Sam Sam Sam. Om Bhurбhuvah Suvah
Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Klim, Klim, Sam, Sam, Sam. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sam, sam, sam. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, klim, sam, sam, sam. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sam, sam, sam. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sam, sam, sam. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sam, sam, sam. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sam, sam, sam. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sam, sam, sam. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sam, sam, sam. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sam, sam, sam. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargadevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargadevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargadevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargadevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargadevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargadevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargadevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargadevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargadevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 klim, 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 Aim, 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 clean, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargavasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha
Prachodayat. Aim, 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 clean, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurvubhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargavasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 clean, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurvubhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargavasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 clean, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurvubhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargavasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, aim, clean, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurvubhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargavasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 clean, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurvubhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargavasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 clean, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurvubhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargavasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 clean, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurvubhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargavasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Aim, 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 clean, 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 sound, sound, sound. Om Bhurvubhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargavasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha
Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Akalanakoti Brahmadanayaka Rajadiraja Yogi Raja Parabrahma Satchitananda Samatsa Guru Sri Bhagavan Shirdi Sai Maharaj Ki Jai. Akalanakoti Brahmadanayaka Rajadiraja Yogi Raja Parabrahma Satchitananda Samatsa Guru Sri Bhagavan Yesu Maharaj Ki Jai. Akalanakoti Brahmadanayaka Rajadiraja Yogi Raja Parabrahma Satchitananda Samatsa Guru Sri Bhagavan Swami Kaleshwar Maharaj Ki Jai.
Paramam Pavitram Bhavaha Vibhutim Paramam Vichitram Lila Vibhutim Paramahantishtartamakshaha Praratam Satatam smarahami Shirdi Sai vibhutim manasa smarahami. Shanti, Shanti,
Sri Sai Satcharitra, The Wonderful Life and Teachings of Shirdi Sai Baba, a modern rendering. Chapter 30, Drawn to Shirdi. In this chapter, the story of two more devotees who were drawn to Shirdi is narrated. Sai, the ocean of mercy. Bow to the kind Sai, who is the abode of mercy, and who is affectionate towards his devotees. By his mere darshan, he does away with the fear and samsara and destroys their calamities. He was first formless, but on account of the devotion of his bhaktas, was obliged to take a form. To give liberation, self-realization, to bhaktas is the mission of the saints, and for Sai, the chief among them, that mission is inevitable. Those who take refuge in his feet have all their karmas destroyed, and their progress is certain. Remembering his feet, Brahmins from holy places come to him, read scriptures, and chant the Gayatri mantra in his presence. We who are weak and without any merit do not know what bhakti is, but we know this much, that although all others may leave us, Sai won't forsake us. Those whom he favors get enormous strength, knowledge, and the ability to discriminate between the unreal and the real. Sai fully knows the desires of his devotees and fulfills them. They get what they want and are grateful. So we invoke him and pranam before him. Forgetting all our faults, let him free us from anxieties. Whoever is overcome with calamities and remembers and prays, Sai, his mind will become calm and peaceful through Baba's grace. Ahmad Pant says Sai, the ocean of mercy, favored him, and as a result of this present work, the Sai Satcharitra. Otherwise, what qualifications did he have, and how could he undertake such an enterprise? But as Sai took all the responsibility, Ahmad Pant felt no burden, nor any care about it. When the powerful light of knowledge was there to inspire his speech and pen, why should he entertain any doubt or feel any anxiety? Sai received his service in the form of this book, which is due to Ahmad Pant's accumulation of merits from past births. Ahmad Pant considered himself fortunate and blessed. The following story is not a mere tale, but pure nectar. He who drinks it will realize Sai's greatness and all-pervasiveness. Those who want to argue and criticize should not listen to these stories. What is wanted here is not discussion, but unlimited love and devotion. Learned, devoted, and faithful believers, or those who consider themselves as servants of the saints, will like and appreciate these stories. Others will take them to be fables. The fortunate devotees of Sai will find Sai Leelas to be the wish-fulfilling tree. Drinking this nectar of the Sai Leelas will give liberation to the ignorant jivas, satisfaction to householders, and a sadhana to spiritual aspirants. Now to the story of this chapter. You must be called to see a saint. There lived in Bani, Nasik district, a man named Kakaji Vaida. He was the priest of the Sapshringi temple to the goddess. He was so overwhelmed by adverse circumstances and calamities that he lost his peace of mind and became extremely agitated. One evening, while suffering from these circumstances, he went into the temple of the goddess and prayed to her from the bottom of his heart, invoking her aid to free him from anxiety. The goddess was pleased with his devotion, and that night appeared in his dream and said, "Go to Baba, then your mind will become calm and composed." Kakaji was anxious to know from her who Baba was, but before he could get any explanation, he was awakened. He began to think who this Baba might be that the goddess had asked him to see. After reflecting on it, he resolved that this Baba might be Triambakeshwara. So he went to the holy place, Triambakeshwara, and stayed there for 10 days. During that time, he bathed in the morning, chanted the Rudram, and did Abishekam and other religious practices. But still, even with all that, he was as restless as before. Then he returned to his place and again invoked the goddess most sorrowfully. That night, she appeared in his dream again. She said, "Why did you go to Triambakeshwara in vain? By Baba, I mean Sri Sai Satcharitra." For Kakaji, the question now was how and when to go and see Baba. If anyone earnestly wants to see a saint, not only the saint, but God fulfills his wish as well. In fact, the saint and God are one and the same. There is no difference between them. If anyone thinks that he goes by himself to see a saint, that is an empty boast. Unless the saint wills it, who is able to go and see him? Even one leaf in a tree won't move without his bidding. The more anxious a bhakta is to visit a saint, the more devoted and faithful he is, the more quickly and effectively his wish is satisfied to his heart's content. And he who invites a person to visit also arranges everything for his reception, and so it happened with Kakaji. Shama's vows. When Kakaji was planning to visit Shirdi, a guest arrived at his house to take him to Shirdi. The guest was no other than Shama. We shall see how he came to Vani at this juncture. When Shama was very young and severely ill, his mother took a vow to the family deity, the goddess at Sapshringi temple, that if her son recovered, she would bring him and dedicate him at her feet. Years later, his mother suffered greatly from ringworms on her breasts. At that time, she made another vow to the goddess, that if she was healed, she would offer her 2 silver breasts. These 2 vows remained unfulfilled. On her deathbed, she called her son, Shama, and told him of her unfulfilled vows to the goddess. Then, after making him promise to fulfill these 2 vows, she breathed her last. After some time, Shama also forgot about the vows. 30 years had passed when a famous astrologer had come to Shirdi. His predictions about Bapu Sahib Bhuti and others had proven true. Then Shama's younger brother, Bapaji, consulted him and was told that his mother's vows, which his elder brother promised to fulfill at her deathbed, were not yet fulfilled. The goddess was displeased with them, and it was bringing troubles on them. Babaji told this to his brother Shama, who was then reminded of the unfulfilled vows. Thinking that any further delay would be dangerous, he called a goldsmith and got a pair of silver breasts prepared. Then he went to the masjid, prostrated himself before Baba, and placing the 2 silver breasts before him, requested him to accept them and free him from the vows to the goddess. Baba insisted that he go to Sapshringi temple himself and offer them personally at the feet of the goddess. After taking Baba's permission and Udi, he left for Vani and, searching for the priest, came to Kakaji's house. Kakaji had been very anxious to visit Baba, and Shama had now come to see him at the same time. What a wonderful coincidence! Kakaji asked Shama who he was and from where he had come. On learning that he had just come from Shirdi, he immediately embraced him. He was overpowered with love. They talked about Sai Leelas together. Then, after fulfilling Shama's vows to the goddess, both started for Shirdi. On reaching Shirdi, Kakaji went to the masjid and fell at Baba's feet. His eyes were wet with tears and his mind became calm. As predicted in the vision of the goddess, no sooner did he see Baba than his mind lost all its restlessness and became calm and composed. Kakaji began to think, what a wonderful power this is. Baba spoke nothing. There was no question and answer, no blessing said. Just as mere darshan was so beneficial to happiness, that the restlessness of my mind disappeared and the consciousness of joy overwhelmed me. This is what is called the greatness of darshan. His vision was fixed on Sai's feet, and he could not utter a word. Hearing Baba's Leelas, his joy knew no bounds. He surrendered himself completely to Baba, forgot his anxieties and cares, and experienced pure happiness. He lived happily there for 12 days, then returned home after taking Baba's leave, Udi, and blessings. Baba gives instructions in a dream. It is said that a dream that we receive in the early hours of the morning generally come true in the waking state. This may be so. But regarding Baba's dreams, there is no restriction of time. To cite such an incident, one afternoon, Baba told Kaka Saheb to go to Rahata and bring Kushal Chand to Shirdi, as he had not seen him in a long time. Immediately, Kaka Saheb took a tanga and went to Rahata to give him Baba's message. When Kushal Chand heard the message, he was surprised, as during his afternoon nap, Baba had appeared in his dream and asked him to come to Shirdi immediately. He had been anxious to go, but as he had no horse of his own, he sent his son to inform Baba. When his son was just outside the village border, there was Kaka Saheb's tanga, which Baba had sent specially to bring him. So they both went to Shirdi in the tanga. Kushal Chand saw Baba and everyone was happy. He was very moved to see this Leela of Baba. Baba appears in a dream and invites to Shirdi. Once a Punjabi Brahmin from Mumbai had a dream in which Baba appeared and asked him to come to Shirdi. Baba appeared to him as a saint, but he did not know where to find him. He thought he should go and see, but as he didn't know his address, he didn't know what to do. But he who calls for an interview makes the necessary arrangements for it. The same happened in this case. That afternoon, when he was strolling in the streets, he saw a picture of Baba in a shop. The features of the saint that he had seen in the dream were exactly like those in the picture. After making inquiries, he came to know that the picture was of Sai Baba of Shirdi. Soon after, he went to Shirdi and stayed there until his death. In this way, Baba brought his devotees to Shirdi for darshan and satisfied their wants, material as well as spiritual. Pranams to Sri Sai. Peace be to all.
You've been listening to a modern rendering of Hamad Pant's The Sri Sai Satcharitra, the wonderful life and teachings of Shirdi Sai Baba, edited and narrated by Monica Penacanda. For more content like this online, please go to divinelineage.org, SaiFamily.org, and peacefires.org. To learn more about Monica, please go to monicapenacanda.org.